One of the most powerful female archetypes that exists is that of the Amazons. The image of the female warrior is prevalent throughout popular culture. In this video, I aim to make the case that there is much symbolism and power to be drawn from the Amazon archetype. During the second wave of feminism, many women, particularly lesbian feminists, began to identify with the legendary Amazons. We can find many references to women as Amazons, and even the use of the labrys, the double-sided axe, which Amazons were said to have swung fiercely in battle. The myth of the Amazons that I'm drawing on here originates in ancient Greece. As most know, ancient Greece was a fiercely patriarchal society with rigid, oppressive gender roles for women. It was the antithesis of Grecian femininity to be a warrior. Even in Sparta, where women enjoyed a great deal of freedom relative to other Greek women, the women were not warriors. To be a warrior or a soldier was a purely masculine event. In ancient Greek myth, we see that the Amazons continually were defeated by Greek heroes. It was their defeat at the hands of the Greek male that was used culturally to bolster male power, pride, and ego. The depictions of Amazons are always in relation to Greek males, in terms of Amazons dressed for battle and engaging in killing men. As Liza Cowan wrote in her series, What the Well-Dressed Dyke Will Wear from Dyke magazine, look at a Greek vase painting in a book or at a museum. You can always spot an Amazon by the way she looks. Greek patriarchal women are very femme. They wear loose, flowing chitons and are very nice to the men who share their space on the vases. The Amazons wear bold, striking pants, tunics, and weapons. We can see how this image of female solidarity, rejection of the feminine gender role, and lack of regard for men then appeals to lesbians, separatists, and lesbian feminists. These are our four sisters. We know we have always existed, found ways to be free of male tyranny, love, and defend one another. We also know that women are fierce and completely capable of besting men in battle, provided that we have the chance and the desire. There is some question as to the historical accuracy of the Amazonian myths. It is easy, I suppose, for men to reduce them to a fiction, but this is commonplace for women's history. Our resistance is not documented, lest it provide inspiration for future generations. We know that even the history of feminism has been eroded and reduced to Betty Friedan burning bras, and always out of context. Is it any wonder that men would wish to turn what is a very logical idea, that female-only societies existed in antiquity, into a myth? The times to draw upon, channel, and embody the Amazon archetype vary, but certainly we should call upon her to empower our creation of female-only spaces, particularly lesbian-only space. She can be channeled when one must face the wrath of female collaborators who assist men in destroying women's spaces and communities, and when we must defend the integrity of our intentional spaces. The Amazon archetype can also be drawn upon to work in collaboration with other women. An Amazon does not exist without her tribe. When we embody Amazonian ideals, we feed the warrior women in each of us, and we remember our four sisters who loved each other then as we do now. So in working with the Amazonian archetype, what you can do is sit and ask yourself questions about how you would be if you were an Amazon. So say for me, I'm a disabled woman. I know that I probably wouldn't have been a warrior in antiquity. It would have been very difficult for me to go into battle because of my health conditions. But clearly I could have been part of an intentional women's community. I would have been home while perhaps my lover went out and fought the Greeks. And I can imagine that I would be shining armor, or maybe creating things like swords. What kind of culture would a woman have if they were existing in that time? These are important things to think about when you're drawing on this archetype. you want to sit and envision yourself as an Amazon, and that could take many different forms. You know, it's not necessarily like Xena, the warrior princess. It's well, there's like a lot of different ways to look at yourself in terms of the Amazons and putting yourself in relation to them. Like, how would you dress at home? You know, what would you be doing with your spare time? You know, what kind of foods would you eat? These are all important things to get lost in the mental process of. And as you do this, and you can, you know, journal when you're doing this work, or you can just sit in meditation. Well, not really meditation, but contemplation of these ideas and questions. You can begin to envision yourself in a lot more of a powerful way. And that's the power of like working with these archetypes. I'm going to have some more videos coming out about different female archetypes. This is obviously the first one. Wanted to start with a punch, the Amazons. And I hope you liked it. Thank you. Take care, y'all.